what I would like to know is if somebody has just come out of jail and they're just confused, like where, you know, when we first got out and what you were saying about stumbling, dropping, getting back up, like what advice would you have for them in order to kind of like stay on their straight line?
Well, the first piece of advice that I give someone is don't expect too much of yourself, because the reality of it is that you've just been through a mad experience. And I think all too often really reformed characters are dangled in front of people who've just got out of jail, and it's not really realistic for a lot of people to achieve that.
No.
I remember I go to probation and they'd have a guy with a car and a nice house and a business, and they'd say, this guy was in probation 5 years ago and he made this business, and then they give me no real like lily pads of how
to get there.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
they show me the other side of the river.
Yeah, but
they wouldn't give me a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd be like, I was like, yeah, the other side of the river looks sick, but like,
you want me to swim all the way there?
Bro, the river's full of alligators.
It's so true.
How am I getting there?
Yeah.
So yeah, don't expect it to all come through immediately.
Literally, because I think that's what people think is meant to happen straight away.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's a journey.
And I think that I think my biggest piece of advice, and this wouldn't just be to, I know people who've just got out of jail who I'd say this to, but I'd also say it equally to people in every other walk of life. If you push hard and you open doors for yourself, if you work, if you've got the work ethic, it makes everything a lot more easy. Like, I know certain people, they talk about how things aren't going their way, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't really do anything, man. I never want to say that to them, but yeah, so
it's like asking for I ain't got no job, like, but you've never actually applied for a job. So,
yeah.
Like,
and I've been that person. I've literally been that person who's like, why can't I find a job? And then I'm like secretly, I've applied for like 0.5 jobs. I kind of half filled out the application, then closed. And then closed the application halfway through. But I think that, yeah, that's just being motivated.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. This is a mad piece of advice, and people are going to think I'm proper nuts for saying this on record. But I swear that owning a bicycle, it really helps me on a day-to-day, because the way I ride my bike represents the way that I'm going to tackle the world ahead of me. And whether it means I'm not going to tell people you're trying to go straight and narrow in it, so don't jump any red lights, but
don't jump any red lights.
But you fix it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ride it. You can ride it on the pavement to get around a bit of traffic here and then down a bit there, and you can do what, and it's, you don't have to wait for someone else's bus to turn up to get on their bus. Yeah. You use your own legs to go. You take
yourself. Yeah.
And that's the way I approach things.
That.
I ride a psychological bicycle.
Jesus Christ. I love that. Psychological bicycle.
We are Straightline.